Hey guys, it's Real Guys Sports Show coming back to you. Week 1 of the playoffs are done, and New York defied our prediction and beat Atlanta, so they're moving on and they're playing Green Bay.
Yep, definitely. I take the brunt for that one, not having faith in the New York Giants.
24-2.
Listen, I said it was I thought it was gonna be a blow up on the other side, but wow, Giants just.
Question: do you think? A really quick question.
Yeah, definitely.
Losing 24-2 to New York. Do you think that kind of puts a little bit of pressure on Mike Smith for next year?
Not only Mike Smith, but Matt Ryan. He hasn't won a playoff game yet. I mean, you're talking about being in the same draft class as Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco already won 3. I mean, you're talking about some added pressure considering he was a top 5 pick in the league.
New York's going to play Green Bay now.
Yep.
I do not see them beating Green Bay. I'm sorry.
You know what? Look,
I'm sorry.
Yo, man, there's a lot of things that I didn't expect to happen. Even including when the Giants even made.
They could win. They could win. But
hell, look. If there's any team that has enough moxie to beat, a powerhouse, it's the New York Giants. I mean, we've seen it already. They took it to Green Bay. If they can take it to Green Bay, they can essentially. They took it to the Patriots when they won their Super Bowl, and that was an undefeated team with the best offense in league history. So I mean, yeah, the defense. That's their swag. Is their defense. But you got stars now like Cruz. You got Manningham. You got guys that can catch the ball. You got Eli Manning, who's still a proven quarterback in this league that can run the show. Definitely not. No, I'm not that crazy. Hell no, I'm not that crazy. I don't expect them to go into Green Bay and win the game. Maybe keep it close for maybe a half, but it's just the engine that is Aaron Rodgers runs the show.
One thing you need to look at in that game is, like you said, they might keep it close to the half, but watch for Mike McCarthy's second half adjustments.
Oh, God, yeah.
There's been plenty of games where it's been close, and then he opens up the second half, and it's like they've solved the riddle.
Yep. And that's the genius that is the offensive coordinator / head coach of Mike McCarthy. I mean, he's a genius on offense. There's no question about it. He runs the perfect offense. I mean,
kind of reminds you of Mike Holmgren when he used to coach Green Bay, right?
Brett Favre. And Brett Favre was a gunslinger, but Aaron Rodgers is the assassin.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, as much as I respect Brett Favre, he's a great quarterback and all, but Aaron Rodgers right now is on another level compared to any other quarterback in the league. There's no question about it. It's ridiculous how great this man has been playing.
Their offense will put up points, but if it turns into a shootout, I think he's proven that whenever it's going to come down to a shootout, unless you're Drew Brees and the Saints,
that's it.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, don't see it either. But I really can. Speaking of, going to San Fran.
Yeah.
Speaking
of, they're going to San Fran. I was off. There was only 73 points scored, not 96.
Yeah. Well, look, it had the potential. I mean, it had me going that Detroit could have won this game because they were up early in the second quarter. Mistakes cost the Detroit Lions and a potentially bad call. So
yeah. But they're traveling to San Fran.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna give my quick take. As great as San Fran's year was this year, I mean, granted, it's not a dome, so they do have an advantage in that. New Orleans has shown that they play much better in domes.
Just Cali.
But San Fran, it was an interesting stat. They're one of the few teams in the league that average less yards per play on offense than on defense, and don't have a horribly losing record.
Yeah.
And I feel against a team like New Orleans, that will come back.
Yep.
To finally get you in the end.
Yeah.
So that's my take. I see New Orleans winning this by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I don't think they have it in them to stop Drew Brees. Drew Brees is, once again, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers being on a level. Drew Brees is like that 1A. I mean, he could be that 1B. I mean, right now you put him in that class of elite quarterbacks, and you're looking at Rodgers and Brees automatically.
Yeah.
And he's not there's something about Drew Brees' game that I love so much. It's just, as small as he is, he finds those passing lanes. He's as accurate a quarterback as there is. He gets great deep balls. May not be the best arm in the league, like the deepest arm in the league, but man, he.
But how many times really do you expect your quarterback to go 75 yards on a straight line?
It's true. I mean,
I'm sorry, like
you watch how the receivers work. I mean, you got. I mean, Jimmy Graham right now, he just came out of nowhere and is the best tight end in the league.
Here's my thing about that. It's the offense and it's like you said, it's Drew. Yeah. I don't care how athletic and great you are at a tight end. You come into the league with not much experience and you do what he's done. It's not because of you. Yeah. It's not because of you.
It's the quarterback. It definitely is. He came out of nowhere. 97 catches for the whole year. I mean, really? Out of nowhere?
Yeah.
And you still have Marquez Colston, Meacham. I mean, like you got Henderson. You got guys that right now, as far as receivers are concerned, they're 5 deep, just like the Green Bay Packers are.
So, what do you think it's going to be? A shootout or a smasher?
You know what? I think early on, I think it's up to the Saints to really take it to the defense.
Okay.
Just to give their confidence going and try and break the hearts of the Niners, because Niners have a young defense. So the young defense of the Niners, if they get maybe 1-2 touchdowns or even 2, maybe a field goal and a touchdown, they're down 10 points early. It really might force the offense of the San Francisco 49ers to really step up their game, and I don't think they have the offense to keep that shootout going. So I'm going with the Saints. I think it's a conference final with the Green Bay Packers and New Orleans Saints.
And there you have it, folks.
Yep.
Stay tuned. Kev's coming up next with his picks.
What's up, guys? Here we are, AFC Divisional Playoff Round. 2 great games in the lineup this week. We got Baltimore versus Houston, and we got Denver versus New England. Well, let's start with the first game. We got Baltimore versus Houston. Houston's traveling to Baltimore to face one of the best defenses out there. Houston has a great run game in Arian Foster, but they're going against number 1 defense out of the rush, Baltimore Ravens. They're only giving up 92 yards a game, and I don't think giving up any touchdowns at all either. So, who do I have in this game? I'm going with Baltimore. Only reason is that their defense is so stout in that stadium. I mean, you got Ray Lewis, Ngata, Terrell Suggs, Ed Reed. They're just phenomenal. When it gets going, Arian Foster is going to have a real tough time trying to get around that corner, trying to get past Ray Lewis, which in turn is going to make TJ Yates want to throw the ball. So when he throws the ball to Ed Reed, we all know what happens there. Ed Reed's probably going to take it back for 7. When that happens, you know what the next thing is going to be. So I have Baltimore winning, not because Joe Flacco is going to be good, but because Ray Rice is going to have a big game. What's going to happen is it's going to wear him down as the game goes on. Ray Rice he doesn't stop. He just goes and goes and goes. So when that defense is going to be in the field for so much time, they're going to be so worn out that Ray Rice is going to have, I would say, about 100, 125 yards, possibly 2 TDs. Joe Flacco should have a decent game, but Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco, so we don't know what's going to happen there. But I have Baltimore Ravens winning at home against Houston. Houston had a great run this year, but they're not going to beat Baltimore at home. Baltimore goes on to a championship game. Now for the game everyone wants to know about. Denver Broncos versus New England Patriots. Let's break them down first. We got New England, Tom Brady, 3-time Super Bowl winner. Went to the best school of all, Michigan, who beat Alabama when he was there. Sorry, Casey, he did beat Alabama in a bowl game. Just give him a little heads up, Michigan guys. Then you have Tim Tebow, 2-time national champion, Heisman winner. Wins when you don't think he can win. 2 different quarterbacks. Who do I go with? Let's go defense now. Defense, you have Champ Bailey. You have Brian Dawkins. You got Von Miller. Phenomenal defense. Then you got New England. Vincent Wilfork. And that's pretty much it. Devin McCourty is not a great cornerback. He can't guard anybody. He can't cover for nothing. Tom Brady was on the sideline, knew he had to score just to give his defense a chance of winning the game because he knows his defense isn't there. They're going to score about 35 points, 40 points a game. That's just who they are. It's Tom Brady. You got Denver. They're probably going to score about 20, 21 points. Who do I go with? Tim Tebow. Sorry, New England. I'm going with Denver again. I can't go against this kid, Tim Tebow. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not sure if he's going to win. I'm not sure if he's going to lose. But I know one thing. He's going to give it his all. He's going to go out there, and his team is going to play for him. New England has a great team, but they're not going to be ready for what Tim Tebow is going to bring to the field. Willis McGahee has to step up this week for them to even get a chance. But like I said last week, with the wide receivers making plays for Tim Tebow to become a good quarterback and get him to the next level, which they did. They stepped up. You have Demaryius Thomas, who's what, 6'1,000"? I mean, the boy can catch any ball, but he has to catch it in crucial times, and he did in overtime. So I'm going with Denver Broncos again, championship game. Sorry, y'all. Denver and Baltimore. You guys can hate all you want to hate, but when I'm right, you'll be coming at me. All right, back to y'all, Nigel and AJ. Peace.
Go Broncos!